Hi guys, welcome to Tiffany's Kitchen. Tonight I am going to prepare for you garlic and rosemary infused lamb chops with chimichurri sauce, accompanied by roasted potatoes and also grilled asparagus. Let's go. All right, there's our garlic, there's our shallot, there's our lemon juice, there is our red wine and vinaigrette, and we have parsley, fresh parsley. We have a fresh basil and it smells phenomenal. We have cilantro. You have your olive oil there. You have coriander and cumin. And don't let me forget kosher salt. You're going to use the blender that I have. So now you added your basil, your parsley, and your cilantro in a container. Chopped it. You have your seasonings added in there. And you want to put those to the side because you only want to use half of that now and then the other half later. So you have your garlic and your shallot and your lemon juice. Now you have your parsley, basil, and cilantro. And you're going to use a little bit. You're going to let that blend real good, right? And then you're going to go ahead and once you're done blending it really well, you're going to scrape the sides down really. I love when I scrape the sides down. It's so phenomenal. Then I'm going to go ahead and add that seasoning to it in there. And I'm going to blend it up again. Make sure the seasoning is all in. And I'm going to use half a cup of olive oil first because I separate it. And it's always good to separate it. So go ahead and add that to it. Mix that up there. And let's see. Take off the top. Let's push it down again. And now that we have it really pushed down good, I'm going to add the last part of that, which is the other half of the olive oil. And I'm going to place that in the blender and have the blender do its magic. And that's going to pulsate for about a minute. And once it's done, we're going to scrape the sides again. Now we're going to taste it. And I have this little cool spoon. I'm going to taste it. Phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Now we're going to work on our petite potatoes. So I have my petite potatoes. I've already washed them and they're really good and cleaned. And I am going to cut them in half. So I want to cut them all in half so they will cook evenly on our cooking sheet. All of our seasonings, we will place them in the bowl and mix it together, which I'm going to show you. And there you go. They are mixed and I'm going to turn the bowl, place this on a cookie sheet, and we're going to let it cook in the oven for 45 minutes to an hour until they are completely done. Alrighty. All right, now we have our asparagus. I have washed them. Let's cut that purple part off of there. And we're going to cut them right there. Let's get the rest of them cut. Now that I have everything cut, I didn't add my seasonings to them. I will add these asparagus, laying them flat on this grill, all in the same direction because I would like the grill marks placed on my asparagus. Let's get them all on there, guys. Now that all of my asparagus is on there, I'm going to add the peppercorn and the garlic, which was at the bottom of the bowl because of my mixing. But whatever. Still put all the garlic on there and let's cook for about 5 minutes on each side. So now we have our lamb chops here and they look delicious. So we're going to go ahead and cut off the fat here, which is a lot of fat on lamb, which is a lean meat. But hey, let's get it all off of there. Let's slice it on each side there. Lamb is a very delicious meal. The meat is very good. It's just not a lot of meat, but it's good. I'm going to cut all that fat off of there. As you can see, I'm getting it all off. And I'm going to have like 2 little pieces of good meat in there. So now that I have it off, I will add the peppercorns on both sides. I'm going to do one side and then I'm going to do the other. Once I get my peppercorn on, I will add my kosher salt. You do not need a lot of kosher salt, on lamb because lamb is a little bit, has its own flavor and you don't want to, mess up the flavor. So I'm going to add my rosemary, which I freaking love on lamb. So I'm going to sprinkle it on there and rub it in, and I'm going to flip it, do the same, and I am going to rub it in good, and then I am going to place this on my grill. Now I'm going to place it on the grill. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil and rub it in really well. I will cook this for 5 minutes on each side for crisp. Now that it is done on both sides like I want it, that is medium, I want to, this my little 2 pieces on the side, I want to cut this meat right there on the bone so that it will be separated and have its own little piece, almost like a lollipop. So that's what it looks like. Now I'm having it in the pan. I'm going to make sure it is good and with this little butter and olive oil I have in the pan, and I'm making them crispy. I would like them medium well, not well done. So they're only going to cook for about 5 minutes. And please watch your meat, guys. You don't want to burn it. So I'm going to rub that on there really good. And there you have it. Now that it is done, there is our garlic bread, roasted potatoes, our asparagus, and our lamb chops. There is our chimichurri sauce. Going to put that chimichurri sauce on there and make sure it's in there pretty well. Thanks guys for tuning into another great episode of Tiffany's Kitchen, where tonight I prepare for you garlic and rosemary infused lamb chops with chimichurri sauce, accompanied by roasted potatoes and grilled asparagus. Here's the recipe. Here's the recipe for chimichurri sauce. 5 cloves of garlic, 1 medium shallot, 1 tablespoon of red wine vinaigrette, a tablespoon of lemon juice, half a cup of parsley, half a cup of basil, 1/4 cup of cilantro, a half a cup of extra virgin olive oil, 2.5 teaspoons of coriander, 2.5 teaspoons of cumin, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. Here's a recipe for the roasted potatoes. 2 bags of golden petite potatoes, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of chives, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of white pepper. Here's the recipe for the asparagus. 1 teaspoon of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of cracked black pepper. Last but not least, for my last recipe for those delicious lamb chops, 2 tablespoons of black peppercorn, 2 tablespoons of rosemary, 2 teaspoons of salt, 3 tablespoons of garlic butter, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Alright guys, thanks again for tuning in to another great episode of Welcome to Tiffany's Kitchen. I hope to see you next time. Please like, share, and comment. Bye!